Hello, my lovely YouTubers. So today we're going to try something a little bit different, as you can tell from the title. We're going to be doing a little bit of cooking today. So a little bit about how I decided to do a cooking segment, I suppose you could call it. I got in a conversation with a friend about how it can be difficult to cook for one person, especially when you're in school and you have classes all day and then maybe you have work at night. Sometimes you just come home and you want something healthy that you're not necessarily going to regret eating. So we were talking about it, and, she was asking me, and I said, I cook without really cooking. So I make, healthier meals that either I've prepped ahead of time or meals that come together really quick. And that's not what I do all the time, and I do sometimes, spoil myself and eat a little bit more unhealthy, but I do tend to try to stay on track with my eating. So I thought this might be something that you guys might enjoy and I would love to share with you. So sorry for the background, I'm sitting on a stool right now. So I'm going to try and figure out how to shoot this, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments. If this is something you guys want to see again, let me know. I'd be happy to do it. I cook for myself every night, so making videos wouldn't be a big deal, and I'd love to share my kitchen life as opposed to just my makeup fashion life. So this recipe came from this recipe right here. I'll link it here. I found it on Pinterest and I thought it looked really yummy, so I pretty much make it with whatever veggies I have on hand. I did change the recipe. I do add in chicken sausage, which I'll show you guys in a minute. I just like to make sure that I have some protein in my meals. My boyfriend's always yelling at me, well, not yelling at me, but encouraging me to eat more protein and telling me that I'm not staying full and I'm always hungry because I don't eat enough protein. So I do try to get in some extra protein, and I stuck in some protein in this recipe. It's great for those days where you really are craving pasta, but you don't necessarily, want to eat a whole big bowl of pasta, and you want to get some veggies and some protein in. So I kind of think of this as a more well-balanced meal as opposed to just eating a bowl of tortellini. I personally love tortellini, and it's great in this dish. So let's get started. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. All right, let's go. Okay, so I've already done a lot of the prep work, so I'm just going to show you guys kind of what I did and how quickly this comes together. I also want to say I'm doing a hair mask right now, and that's why my hair looks like this. I've been cleaning the house all day, so I just threw a hair mask in, got my hair off my face, and I can do two things at once now. So as far as protein, I really love these alfresco sweet apple chicken sausages. I'm going to close up of that. I am shooting this on my MacBook, so that might be why that's backwards, or that is why that's backwards. So they're all natural. These are just absolutely delicious in my opinion. I think they're amazing, and I think these are probably a college girl's best friend. It comes with, 4 links. That's what the package looks like. It comes with 4 links, and I literally just pulled this out of my freezer, cut the top off, and took one out. And I'll show you guys how I make it. But these, I think, are a college girl's best friend. They're small. I literally have 3 of these stacked in my freezer right now. They don't take up a lot of space. You can make them in the microwave or the toaster oven in, 5 minutes, maybe less, probably less than that. If you just microwave them, if you toast them, it takes a little bit longer. But I think they're great. They're only, they're 160 calories a piece for 1 link, 9 grams of sugar, 10 grams of carbs. It is 14 grams of protein, which I think is pretty high, and they're generally, relatively good for you. Maybe you could find some, like a chicken sausage that's better that you prefer, but I think these are absolutely delicious, and these are some of my favorite. So I just took out 1 sausage, and I'm going to put these back in my freezer. I'm going to put them in a freezer bag and put them back in the freezer, and they last for a wicked long time in the freezer. So that's the protein. As far as veggies, I'm using 3 different kinds of veggies. So I'm going to do, this is just summer squash. This is literally, I literally put in this dish whatever's in my fridge. Like I said, I use that recipe link that I linked, I use that for inspiration, but I pretty much now make it however whatever I have in the fridge, I just kind of throw in the pan. So we're doing summer squash. This is a little bit more than half a summer squash, just cut, and then I just cut the little discs in half. So that's the summer squash. I have zucchini, and then I have some asparagus. So this was like 3 stalks. Normally I would have more, but I ran out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these veggies and we're going to put them on this cookie sheet. And this is just like a regular cookie sheet that, just regular cookie sheet that I put tinfoil on. Part of the reason why I don't feel like cooking sometimes at the end of the day is because I don't like to do dishes. So to, kind of do less dishes, I like to use tinfoil. And also you want to use like the juices from the veggies as part of like the sauce, I guess. There is no real sauce to this dish, which is great because, you're kind of cutting calories, but you do want all of those juices. So I'm going to dump all of those, and then I have some, and this is key. You're going to want some cherry tomatoes. Now, I don't know if it works the same with regular tomatoes, but I always use cherry tomatoes because when you roast the veggies, these kind of like pop open and all of that like yummy juice comes out. So I'm going to do probably about 5 to 10 of these on that pan, and then I'm just going to take some olive oil and some salt and some pepper, and I'm going to drizzle it over the top, and then I'm going to mix them all together, and then I'm going to put them in the oven that's currently preheating. Okay, so the oven's at 400 degrees. This is what the veggies look like. You can see I kind of have the tomatoes spread out. Everything's lightly coated with olive oil, some salt, and some pepper. While this is cooking, I'm going to take a large handful of spinach and just chop it. It doesn't have to be super fine if you don't want it to be. I kind of like it to have a little bit not as fine, but you can chop it really, really fine. And then I defrosted my sausage link, and I forgot, when you defrost them, you kind of have to poke a little bit of a hole in them so the casing doesn't explode, and I forgot about that. So the casing on this exploded, but it's no big deal. So I'm going to put this in the little tin foil, just put it on top of some tin foil, and I'm going to put this in the broiler, or under the broiler, in my toaster oven. So normally my toaster oven's set to toast. I'm going to put it to broil, and I'm going to put it in there just for a few minutes till this gets a little crispy and brown. The vegetables are going to go in the preheated 400-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on what you're roasting. And I'm going to chop that spinach, and we'll be right back with you. And I will be right back with you. So when the veggies have been in the oven for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how your oven cooks, you're going to want to put up a pot of boiling water, or you could do this at the beginning, but you just want to make sure that your pasta is still going to be really hot when the veggies come out of the oven. So I just use the Market Basket brand tricolor tortellini, and the serving size, I know this is a little bit over, but tortellini is kind of hard to measure. So the serving size is 1 cup, and I like to use like the serving size because, again, like I said before, this dish is not necessarily a pasta dish. It has more veggies in it than it does pasta, so I like to stay true to that and do more veggies than pasta just to make it a little bit healthier, so you're not just sitting down and eating a bowl full of pasta. It's more veggies and protein. So I'm going to do 1 cup of the tricolored pasta, tortellini pasta, and this just has cheese in the middle, but you can use whatever you want. You could do raviolis with this as well, or just regular pasta, whatever you prefer. So you want to just time it so that your veggies are going to be coming out around the time that the pasta is going to be finished cooking. So I'm going to go put this in a pot of boiling water and just follow the package directions, whether it be cooked for 10 to 25 minutes. And I'll be back when everything is all done. Okay, so our tricolored pasta is all done. You can see it's steaming. I'm getting a pasta facial. And I just like to use like a big metal bowl just because it keeps it hot, I suppose. So I'm just going to take the spinach that I chopped while it was cooking and just add it in. So this has no butter or anything. And I'm just going to stir it around. And you're just going to let that hang out for a few minutes so that spinach will start to wilt. I might actually even grab a piece of tin foil and put that over. So while the spinach is wilting, I'm going to grab that chicken sausage out of the toaster oven and I'm going to chop it up, and then hopefully our veggies will be done and we'll be ready to eat. So our veggies are done, and this is what they look like. I want to try not to touch the pan. You can see, you know, they're kind of like caramelized a little bit. There's some brown. You can cook them for however long you want them. These were about 20 minutes and 400 degrees. If you want it a little bit kicked up or quicker, you can do 425 or 450 for less time. And like I said, the tomatoes are all kind of wrinkly now, and you can see all this brown bits. That's not burnt, that's flavor. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these and we're going to scrape them into that metal bowl. We're going to throw on some Parmesan cheese and mix it up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I ended up having to move into the living room to show you guys how this meal came together. The cord to my computer's in the living room, and I didn't feel like moving it into the kitchen. So I figured you guys wouldn't mind. So this is what you end up with. Okay, good. I thought that just fell on my laptop. So you can see all of the veggies and the tricolor pasta and some of the pieces of chicken sausage. I ended up cooking up another chicken sausage, which, like I said before, they're pre-cooked, so it takes, you know, 2 to 3 minutes just to cook one up real quick. This meal comes together really fast, so I just dumped everything in the bowl, some cheese, a little bit more salt and pepper, and you're good to go. It's a pretty healthy meal, and this should serve 2 people or, you know, 2 servings. And normally what I do is I just save it for leftovers tomorrow, and I'll eat it for lunch or I'll put it in a container to go to work. So I hope you guys give this recipe a shot. Let me know how it turns out. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know if you like these cooking videos. If you guys want to see more, let me know. If you guys have any suggestions or what else you guys want to see from me, I look forward to hearing your comments. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.